Okay, I'm gonna just look this way because it's busy. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to start with. So first off, but check out that floor. See how there's a transition piece in that floor? What would be ideal is if we were just taking a floor and going straight across, but the floors had two different levels. Okay, so that would have meant putting plywood to fix it. Guess what? At $100 a sheet now that it is, and the labor for it, we didn't have the time to be doing it.
That's another $500-600.
Yeah, it's going to be another $600 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And time. And so you know what? If we were selling this, if it was a flip, if we were selling this to a homeowner, we would have taken the time to do that. Because it's a rental, because renters are like, oh, I really don't care about that kind of stuff. We left it in having transition pieces. So, you know, you save a few $100 here, there, all of a sudden you're saving a few $1,000s in the whole scheme of things. So we had some cabinets all lined up and they didn't come through. So we ended up, I put in Fearless. I said, hey, Fearless, anyone know where I can get cabinets? Remy Noel, he put in there, yeah, check out Gem Cabinets. I'm like, how did I not think of Gem? I thought of them for years, but I forgot. We went and got cabinets. They come ready made, easy to put in. They were put in half a day. Corey did it himself. Super easy, super great. Again, guys, we are building sweat equity in for our family members' place. Okay, so we didn't hire out all the stuff that we could have, but it wouldn't have been a big deal to hire it out either, because when they come like this and come so beautiful, you know, they come literally just hang up. You don't have to put them together like IKEA, but they're great quality. Why did we go with gold trim? The tenant demographic that we are looking to attract, the tenant demographic is a younger family. It's a younger person, a younger profile. That's who's going to live here. It's a starter home. It's a starter condo. That's why we went with the things that are a little bit more trendy. Okay, so things like gold handles, gold faucets. You know, we buy faucets in our business. We buy faucets by the bundle. So we actually have extra faucets in our garage that are just sitting there for if and when something goes wrong with the property. We don't have to spend $300 on the faucet. We have them that we got them on sale for $89. But in this case, because we had a very specific tenant profile that we're looking for, we wanted to make sure that it was a little bit better. So do what fits the profile we're looking for. We're not our number one choice. It definitely would have been better to have white, but you know what? Again, on a timeline, we had less than 5 weeks to get this all done. We did what we had to do. Check out the lights. I don't know if that's going to show up. Yeah. Okay, little things like this, guys. I'll tell you what we did with this. This was a light off of Amazon. I don't know what we paid for it, but it was very, very cheap. But because I wanted the gold accents, I just painted this part gold, and gold. The rest stayed as it was. That's going to draw in the different colors that we had to have, because we do have seamless. We do have some lights that we didn't want to pay to replace. But guess what? We needed some pop. Again, why? Because our tenant demographic wants pop. They want to be proud of where they live. So that's what we did. Same thing up here. This light was just all white.
I can't really see it because of the lights, but yeah.
It was all white. We just painted the outside rims of it to this brushed gold. Again, changes the feel for it. Very $5.
So guys, just to give you an idea, and this is the thing, is that when you're doing a renovation like this and you're getting quotes from a contractor, okay? So somebody comes in here and gives you a quote on a new kitchen. You want new appliances, you want new lighting, you want new handles, you want a new faucet, you want a new sink, you want a new everything, flooring. I mean, everything in here is new.
Everything is like there's nothing that was here before.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea of cost, and this is the beauty of having something small, like small townhouse, when you're doing these types of renovations, is this entire kitchen, all the cabinets, the handles, all of that sort of stuff. It costs around $3,000. The lighting costs $100 for both of those lights together. Because we buy faucets when they're on sale, and we have a few sitting in our garage, that was literally $89, and it's a gorgeous faucet. This fridge and stove, these were bought at a used appliance place, and they're fantastic shape. They work perfectly well. They still come with a 1-year warranty, but both of those appliances together was under $1,000 for a fridge and stove. So for less than $5,000, everything here, the countertops, the sink, everything is new. and somebody walks in here and you are selling this, or you're selling it to a potential tenant, they get to have a brand new place all to themselves, and this whole thing costs less than $5,000.
2 tenants, 2 showings, 2 applications with deposit. We have our choice, both of them great choices. So yeah, like it doesn't compromise who you get in here. Maybe for sale, yeah, but for rent, no. There's a difference between renovating to rent and renovating to sell. Okay, when you're dealing with tenants, it's a different ballgame. Okay, let's talk about this door. Okay, so this floor, guys, we went not with what is in right now, because what's in right now is great. But what is on its way in, what is coming in, where is the trend going? Within a couple of years, gray is going to be totally, you're going to look at it and go, oh yeah, that's old. Okay, it happens quick. You think things are never going to go to style. They do. Gray is no longer it. So this color here, this I got from Leanna Nisanova and Tina Shields. They're Ignited members, both that do flips in Ontario. They said what colors they're using. They look fantastic. We used that color. The flooring.
It's almost like just an off-white, like a bit of a beige to it.
Okay, this actually isn't quite done. So new screen door.
Yeah, some stuff is still here.
Yeah. New screen door, really important. When we first, this one was an old like aluminum ice cream man. So yeah, family neighborhood, as you can probably tell. The screen door, that's the first thing that people see, and it was one of those old aluminum ones, all banked up. So you know, it's $400 or whatever. So it's not, you know, not no think. It's, you have to think about it, but think about what people will do when they walk in the door. As they're walking up, they're looking to see, how do I feel right now? How do I, you know, what kind of emotion is evoked? Is it nice, or is it like, oh, okay, I'm a little afraid of that. Okay, so that's what you have to think about. We're going to paint this door, make it nice and whatever. Could it be replaced? Probably. There's dings in it and stuff like that, but that's okay. Clean it with a Mr. Clean eraser. It looks like a brand new door. I should have taken before and afters of the door, because when I cleaned it with the Mr. Clean eraser, holy Hannah, what a difference. So, my pink coveralls. Gotta show the pink coveralls.
It's been working here. Okay, so we'll head upstairs. Why carpet?
Couple of reasons. For one, in this case, cheaper, easier, less time than was vinyl plank. Doing vinyl plank throughout, it's just easier and cheaper. But also, the trends are saying people want that soft feel.
It's more comfortable, right?
And we put in the extra underlay underneath, so both tenants, when they walk on it, they're like, oh, this is spongy. Okay, so it just feels better. These are tiny bedrooms.
Bedroom one.
Tiny bedrooms. We kept the lights. I just want to show you. Okay. These lights are the ones that we put in 15 or 11 years ago. So wonderful. No. Did it matter? No. Was it going to stop us from re-renting? No. Check out this light though.
Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are, but we did not hire painters. We did that ourselves.
Yeah. Well, my parents, this is when I say my parents were 90%, 70% of the work. We all chipped in otherwise, but yeah, they did the work, even though we were trying to make them not. But you know, now they've got the sweat equity, which is great. So check out this light though. I just want to show you this light. This was worth the expense. It takes a plain old hallway.
Well, and it wasn't even that expensive, was it?
No.
How much did you pay for it?
$60.
Yeah, there you go, guys. So
it was a $300
$300 light at Lowe's, and it was on clearance, and $60, and it just makes the entranceway, everything look, or the hallway landing area look so much nicer.
So again, why does that matter? Because a tenant, what other people see in a tenant's home matters to them in this tenant demographic. What they see in the bedrooms doesn't. What they have here doesn't. So we left it. So where do you make your decisions? You have to kind of pick and choose. Think not homeowner, not what do you want? What are you going to want if you lived here? This is not about what you want. This is about what will matter to a tenant in your demographic. So, yeah.
Bedroom two.
Bedroom two.
Bedroom three.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is
Just
the
kind of
master.
no big deal, no nothing, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, this is nice walk closet. Great. That in the ad, don't forget to put the little, right? Bathroom full guts. So there's everything from a new toilet,
Toilet
new
seat is up,
vanity.
guys. Never have the toilet seat up when you're showing a property. Always have it down.
Like a nice white crisp shower curtain, and we would have up some funky what do you call them, shower rings. Okay, so that's where people's eyes are drawn, not to the nasty, but because this is brand new and
Brand new
beautiful,
tub surround, brand new tub, brand new faucet, everything, the vanity, the toilet, the lighting, everything.
So again, why do we care about that? People care about the bathroom. So that's where time and effort went into. That's where time and effort had to be spent, not everywhere else. Okay, so let's go back downstairs. We don't need to show the basement, okay?
No.
It's not finished basement. And does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Renters do not want, need, nor expect, and even when they do want, they often won't pay all that much more in a townhouse. In a house, yeah. Townhouse, not a future.
Okay,
All right.
cool. Well, let's sit down, guys, and run through some of the numbers. Numbers wise, let's talk about numbers for a quick second, because you know, again, I just want to reiterate this point over and over again because it's very, very important. You know how much money was spent on this renovation? What do you think it would cost to do all new brand new flooring upstairs, downstairs? And it was professionally installed. We did not do that.
Yeah, we didn't do the flooring.
Paint throughout, new kitchen, cabinets, new appliances. I kind of gave you some pricing on some of that stuff. Sinks, faucet, vanity upstairs, the tub surround, the lighting that was changed. To do all of that work, all new trims and baseboards around the doors, all new baseboards in every single room in the house. So to do all of that work, give me an estimate of what, if you were to call your contractor right now and say, hey, this is what I want to do in this townhouse, how much is it going to cost? So to do this, because we put a little bit of that sweat equity, Tiff's parents have been working here quite a bit over the last 3 weeks. Tiffany and I have been here at least 6, 7, 8 days out of that 3-week period. We've been here a lot. Because of that, I think this whole thing all said and done is around the $12,000 mark. Yeah. Okay, and that includes the biggest chunk of it being around, I think it was like $6,000 for the flooring itself. So the rest of it was all done for like $12,000. Yeah, maybe $11,000, $12,000. So if you want to completely transform a property, and if you do it right, and if you're buying when things are on clearance, and if you're keeping your eye out for things, and maybe it takes up a little bit of room in your garage or your storage room, but it can make such a difference when it comes to doing the renovation. This $12,000 renovation increased the value of this property by at least $30,000. So that's actually getting paid quite a bit for your time and energy being put into it.
Yeah.
Now, if we hired that out and got a contractor, the quotes for the contractors were anywhere from $35,000 to $65,000 to do what we did for under 12. Okay, so I want you to just think about that for a second. That is because a general contractor is going to be hiring his professional plumber, his electrician.
And rightfully so, guys.
And they got to come back several times. And that's just what it costs, right? So that takes any potential profit out of the equation on a property like this. Because this is not an expensive property to begin with. And it's not an expensive property even when it's fully renovated. So you got to really, really watch your costs if you're going to be buying properties like this. So this property right now, we have 2 applications based on $1,300 a month.
Yeah.
The
easy
cost,
peasy. We didn't even advertise this property, remember?
Yeah.
And easy peasy.
So some of the highlights on this cash flow sheet that you're going to see are the price, $135,000. That's fully renovated. $30,000 down, including your closing costs.
Including your closing costs, guys. $30,000 down.
And
Crazy.
Cash flow of $142 a month. Now, this cash flow of $142 a month is based on 20% down mortgage at 3.5% interest rate, 30-year amortization. Here's your mortgage payment, $485. Your taxes are $105 a month. Your insurance on a condo like this, because the insurance is not covering the building, right? Remember, guys, in a condo, you're just covering the contents. So it's cheap to have insurance on a condo like this. The condo fees are $340 a month. And then of course you have your property management, repairs and maintenance, and vacancy. You're still cash flowing near $150 a month.
Now, is that an incredible amount? No, it's not. Not in our market, but in some markets, that's pretty dang awesome. But we're going to show you how you can get even more cash flow out of this. So,
and just to answer some of your questions, guys, no, in Alberta, there's no such thing as land transfer tax. So that is not a part of your closing costs when you buy or when you sell. So no, you don't have that to worry about.
that is one massive benefit to Alberta. Yeah, it's really nice. So no land transfer tax, no.
Yeah.
And because everything has been replaced, there's really not, you know, a lot of anything extra you have to do. There's some things that you could do. We could talk about that too. Things like, you know, putting carpet down in the basement, because the walls are painted, but they're like that old, you know, they used to be clapboard, is it called? Anyways, it's painted white now. So, but you know, the concrete floors don't really give that warm and fuzzy feeling. So you could put down some carpet, don't even have to kick it in, just put it down so that tenants feel that they can use it or have it as a playroom or whatever it might be. And then there's one other thing that you could do here, and I'm trying to think of what it was, but I can't really remember it right now. The sidewalk blocks out front of the place are cracked. Those could be replaced and, you know, made into, again, very cheap, very easy, not labor intensive. So
let's just go a little closer on those numbers, guys, just so that it made it bigger here so you can see them. Your cash flow breakdown, again, around $150 a month. And your cash to close on a property like this is $27,000 down payment and some closing costs. You're at that $30,000 mark. And the biggest caution that I'd like to give people, and make sure that you remember when it comes to doing renovations, and this was a complete transformation down to the studs in these walls, guys, is you do not have to spend a ton of money to renovate a property. And especially if you start with properties that are small, properties
square footage wise,
it's not going to cost a ton to renovate. You can get a lot done. You can transform a property completely for $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 like we did in this one. So don't always just think, calling a contractor, it's going to be 50 grand or 60 grand or 100 grand. If you do it right, you can save yourself a lot of money. And if you do it that way, that is something you can then sell to your potential partners.
Yeah, you've got the
people want to partner with you if you go through this process and you know how to do it cheaply and save money. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, we are good to go. So thanks for joining us, guys, and cheers.
See you next week.
See you next week.